Right. Right, let's just get social media. Hopefully it'll hook up. People coming on. I can see a couple coming on. Hopefully it's going to catch up with itself. Hopefully it's all working, up and running. Good evening, everyone. Lee Ashby here, Motocross and Speedway Memories. Hope you're good. Sure everyone's looking forward to this weekend at Foxhill for the vets motocross up there. Just wanted to say thank you very much to Mr. Lee Owen from Owen Developments here. You can see it going across the bottom of the screen there with his website for supporting me. Much appreciated to him. Just so let people know, there's the link. If you click on that in the comments, I think my missus there, let's put it on there for anyone that comes on Facebook, so that it basically gives your Facebook permission to use your profile so that I can see who I'm talking to. Yo, put the link on. Yo, Adam, how's it going? Good evening, Patrick. I'm sure he's in America. Hello, evening. How are you all? Come on in, good buddy, come on in. I'll have to get ready for me. Won't be able to wear me hat at Foxhill this weekend, Adam, as you know. My wedding in a few weeks' time, so I won't be able to have the old letterbox tan with me hat on backwards. So I've got to try and get used to not wearing a hat this weekend. The old son will be catching the old forehead up at Foxhill. Hello, mother. Yes, I've got someone on that cares. I think I've got a little bit of a letterbox tan now, as my lovely stepdaughter calls it. What does he call it? A letterbox tan, I think she calls it. Maybe something a bit worse than that. You are working, Pat, my friend. So you're all good. So yes, basically, it just basically asks you to do that on your profile every time. It's really annoying on Facebook. You know, all this privacy stuff these days. A lot of people, which I understand, just click straight into the video, which I get. But there's just a link on the front of the thing before you go in the video. Anyone on Facebook, click on it, and then it gives you a profile, the privacy thing, okay, so that I can see your profile, so I can quote you. So I just did get. Wow, I didn't actually see a call. Someone was calling me. I think it might be, maybe Mike's missus, not sure. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yay, hugs all around, Pat. Hopefully see you at Foxhill. Get a cheeky selfie and all that at Foxhill with the man. 90s Motocross and all that all over social media. I know that Mike Brown will know about that as well, won't he? You're on here, buddy. There you go. You're on YouTube, so you're all good. So I'll be able to quote you, anything you ask me. What date's your next meeting? Thanks, Adam. Yeah, we got our Motocross and Speedway Memories Champion of Champions meeting is at the end of October. I want to get it right. It's the 29th and 30th of October. 2-day meeting. And the link is on Go Race, so you can get booked in for that and see all the classes in there and everything. Plus, we've got a competition going on still at the moment for the Cardiff Supercross, where you can contact me, message me on Facebook or anything like that. You can get hold of my contact, and we're just doing 1 to 100 numbers, only 100 numbers max. For the para Supercross then, for the Cardiff Supercross, with all the stars coming over, we're doing 2 VIP tickets, ultimate VIP tickets they're called. They're worth up to 500 quid. Check that out yourselves. And also a double superior room in a hotel right near the stadium as well for the Saturday night after the Supercross as well. So get hold of me to get a number. It's £20 for a number, so let me know. Oh, I've been chasing that for a bit. I even got Stefan Everts was asking Trampers for me. He's got a shared Facebook with his missus, I think, on Facebook. Hey, Marlon, how's it going? But I have tried that as well. Hey, Ian, how's it going, buddy? Might see you at Foxhill at the weekend if you're going. Not sure who that is, but you can still register your Facebook. If you just come out of this video, click on the link in the post, and then it should give you permission so I can see you, like James there. Hello, James. How's it going? Right, we better get the man on. Send the link away to the email. Get Mike on. Hopefully it'll be all good and we can hear all good. And then we can get cracking, because I know that Mike's got to be somewhere else at 8:45, apparently. So have you had Just for Men on your hair, Lee? It's not matching the colour of your beard. I actually haven't. So If you look closely, look, you can still see the greys on the side. Don't worry. I've actually not dyed my hair yet. I have in previous times, but not anymore because it looks gay. So, or I look gayer than normal, should I say? Let's not get political. I don't want anyone saying there's nothing wrong with being gay or anything like that. Let's not get, you know what people like. Testing. Dan, you're on. You're good. Andy, how's it going, buddy? Hello, Peter. How's it going? Can't make Foxhills because I filmed my boots for family at 2 Week Festival. Say a big thank you to Mike for signing the AXO lid. Oh, he signed that AXO lid as well. Even I'm on there. Woo! Right, let's send this link away. Let's get cracking so we can get as much time as we can with Mike. I know he said he did email me earlier on when I was just double checking and definitely doing this, and he said he had to be somewhere else at 8:45. So we've just gone 7, so hopefully we can bang as many questions in as we can for this man. I'll have your tickets. Marlon's after your tickets, Peter. Yes, Jay, how's it going, buddy? It was good to meet you. In the, well, yeah, I suppose it was the Boozer, wasn't it? I can't remember where we were now, but always good to meet the Speedway fans. It's only the second time I've been to Cardiff Speedway, so that was cool. Great to meet the Heathens, Cradley Heathen fans. I don't know about that, Patrick. Not sure till I get there. Not sure if there is. I know there was cups or glasses or something like that. I don't know about t-shirts. I'm not sure. Talking about t-shirts and stuff like that, I need to get some merch going. I'm gonna have to get someone involved. Quite a lot of people have been asking me. You can see there, look, Spear Memories t-shirts and stuff like that. I was going to do some caps, a few bits. Maybe not a mouse mat, right? But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do that. What's the camel bib in the background? Looks like a George Obey 1986. I'm glad you asked that, Pat. It is. There you go. Hold on a minute. It's from Jorgen Nielsen. Sent me it, Pat. And he signed it on the side, and it's from the Paris Supercross from 1987. He sent me a load of postcards. He sent them all through Martin Neary. He sent Martin a load of stuff. And that was my thing. So Martin brought it for me to my meeting at Cullum in April. I was buzzing. Yeah, so he signed it on the side, Paris Supercross 1987. It's definitely my best bit of memorabilia. How cool is that? Not many of them going around, I wouldn't imagine. Wish I can't make it. Could end up in the top 3 in the championship. Running the same. Oh, right, yeah, the UK either. That's a bummer. Yes, that's not a bad shout, mate. Need to get it in a frame, don't I? Got a cheeky Brian Jorgensen Fox shirt there behind me. Sent me a load of kit, actually. I've got a couple of tops of Brian Jorgensen, and he wrote on it to Lee, my friend, after my interview with him. It was really cool. And I've got some of his GP winning AXO kit, and that Fox shirt there that he signed behind me is the one he won the British Championship with as well. Very cool. Hopefully, let me just double check that they've got the email. Just sorry, I'm just messaging. Said nothing happening, so I'll just see if click on the link in the email. That's weird. Okay, let me try this again. They said they clicked on the link. Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, look, at least we've got Mike on. We know Mike's there. Look, there he is. I've got the picture sent to me that Mike's trying to go on the laptop. Can I put Mike on a few beers on his tab? We're trying to get him in here first. He's got the screen on there. Weird. Interesting. Why is that not working? I'll send another email. See, we'll try that. Right, let's try another email. Fur. Oh, actually, I can see him coming on the screen. Ah, I can see you, Mike. Can you hear me? I'll bring you on in a second. I can see you now. Right, I'm just texting. Right, I'm going to get the intro video on and then we'll get Mike on because I can see him in the bottom of my screen now. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll hear him when we bring him on. Let's get this video going. Here we go. All right, beautiful. Let's bring him in. Hopefully we can get him on. Mike.
I'm here. How are you?
Beautiful. Can you hear me all good?
Yes, perfect. Thanks.
I'm not sure who I was speaking to, but thank you very much for sorting out with you anyway.
Yeah, no, that's Finbar's wife, Michelle.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for that, Michelle. Anyway, we've sorted out. We got there. We're all good.
Good.
How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good, thank you. Very good. Yeah, it's nice to be over here. I got here on Sunday afternoon and no, Sunday morning. It's been good. Been doing a little bit of training and tomorrow riding.
I do appreciate your time doing this, Mike, as well. I know you're a busy man leading up to this meeting at the weekend.
No, not too bad. Not too bad.
I appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. So then, Mike, obviously this weekend, Foxhill track in Swindon, my hometown. So I'm buzzing to see you guys in my local track. Obviously, we've got the Vets MXDN Foxhill, an amazing event Doc Wobb and Dave King's put on. I don't know if you've seen the work being put on the track by Paul Cook and his staff at the moment, but they've literally got it back how it was in the 90s. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was worried about it because they didn't have much rain here, so it should be dry, but I'm sure they got ways to water it, and it'll be nice for the weekend.
Yeah, they've got two big reservoirs already sorted out, and they've got the old sprinklers all around the track. It's all set up, so it's going to be beautiful, Mike.
Good, yeah.
It's going to be prepped to the gills.
Yeah, should be good. I think the last time I raced there was 99, 2000, I think.
Yeah, 125 GP, was it?
Yeah,
I think it was.
muddy,
Yeah, quite wet. Yeah, I think I see a picture of you picking the bike up on part of the track somewhere, I think it was.
Yeah, no, I know in the corner, yeah. I think I was doing pretty good until that.
Yeah, I think it was you, Dobby, and Nanny. I think it was, wasn't it? The top three, I think it was.
Yeah.
Cool. So that literally is your last memory of it then? That's the last time you've been there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I ever did a British Championship after that. I think that was it for me there.
What do you actually think of the track, Mike?
No, I liked it. It was really good, especially the day before. I think I qualified first there for the GP, but it was really good. I enjoy it, and hopefully the weather's good for this weekend and track's good. Like a lot of guys here is going to be the main thing. It's going to be crazy with the amount of talents there.
Very good. It's going to be very interesting. The weather's all been checked and it's all supposed to be good all weekend as well, so that's beautiful. So there's going to be none of that, nothing to affect it like that. So let's take it back a little bit then, Mike. How did you actually get into motocross? Sort of, what was your earliest memory? Sort of, what sort of age and what was the first sort of bike you had?
Yeah, I was 13 when I started. I always liked them. My father raced when I was a kid, and he stopped probably when I was 2 years old. And ever since, I've kind of liked bikes, but my mother would never let me have one. So it was till 13. I had like a little yard bike, and then my dad finally got me a bike when I was 13 on a Friday, and I was racing on Sunday, and then it's been there ever since 1985.
Wow, so it's quite late. A lot of the guys, don't they, start very early, 5, 6 years old, so it's quite late, really, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I started in 85, and I did amateurs 86, 87, and into 88, I was already riding the pro nationals. Like in 3.5 years, I went from 80s, not ever racing, to doing the pro nationals, which was different back then. The training wasn't involved and all that, but yeah, 3.5 years I was racing with the big guys.
What's the key to it then, Mike? Because you're still absolutely riding quite a lot. You're still as fast as ever. How do you do it?
I don't know. I just I think I love the sport's the main thing, but then putting
Mm.
myself around the young guys, like my job now from the last 3 years with Eldon Baker is training with the young guys and being around those every day, still watching and learning and helping and keeping up with the kind of, I guess, the style trends as it goes through, not still stuck in the, the 90s or the early 2000s. I kind of work my way to stay current to date, and I think that's helped. That's the main thing, is just being around the young kids and being around the sport.
Do you do much fitness stuff now, Mike, or do you just ride the bike a lot, or do you still do a lot of fitness off the
It's
bike as
totally
well?
opposite. All I do is the fitness stuff now. I do the biking, the training at the gym every day with the guys, and then when I can, I ride my motorcycle, which is kind of hard. Like, as a normal person has a job, and my job is in the daytime is to train the guys on fitness wise, and then at the track, I'm helping the guys there. So it's like end of the day is 4 or 5 o'clock. It's hard to get on my dirt bike and go ride, but the last few weeks I have before Loretta's and stuff, the Eldon's let me ride, which has been a big help. So it's been good. Like I said, I still enjoy doing the whole thing. I love the gym. I love the bicycling, and for sure the riding is good too.
What sort of age were you then, Mike? When did you do fairly well quite early? What sort of age were you when you thought, hey, I can make this a pro career type of thing? What sort of age were you?
Dang it! I said I was team green in '88 was my first year, and I was top team green rider with McGrath. We came up together in '87. I raced the Ponca City Amateur C class with me and McGrath was in the same class, and I won that year. And I think I won Loretta's, and McGrath, when you get the pro class, from I won the Loretta's and the A and the B class, a couple classes there, and then as soon as McGrath left there, he was another step ahead of everybody, or a couple steps ahead of everybody, I should say, in Supercross. And back then I went from racing nationals, doing good, getting a peak Honda ride with Mitch Payton, and thought I
Yeah.
had it made, but I didn't have it. Thought I had it made. I didn't know how to train. I never rode Supercross. He signed me up. Never known how to ride Supercross. So it was that year there. So it was that was the big change for me. I had to ride for half of the year. Didn't get good results as what my contract wanted.
Yeah.
And halfway through the nationals, I lost my ride. Went back to Jim's motorcycle sales privateer, finished out that year with those guys, and that was 92. In 93, I kind of slowed down a lot. I got a job at a motorcycle dealership, Jim's Motorcycle Sales, which I've raced for forever, like family for me, and raced
Yeah.
cars, raced go-karts, had a job working parts. And I had a good friend of mine that raced bicycles and got me into bicycles. That's probably what changed my career there, is getting a bicycle, learning how to get in shape as much as I can. Started back riding, started back doing local races, started doing the nationals, doing good there, and then it's just carried on to '94. I was back racing supercrosses, doing good. I think I won my first supercross that year, privateer out of a van in Michigan in '94, and then back on it then.
I've got a few of the fans can come on live, Mike, and ask me questions
Yeah.
as well. I've got Pat Stott's come on. You probably know, you've probably seen his 90s motocross stuff online on Instagram and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pat's very, he knows all the details of everything. He's absolutely brilliant with his knowledge. He's put, if Langston had signed with Pro Circuit instead of sticking with KTM for '01, would Mike have been on a different team or remained in the GPs?
I'd have been on KTM. That was a good one there. I actually committed to KTM and
Okay.
last minute left to go to Pro Circuit because Langston was on KTM. Not against Langston. I
Yeah.
know Mitch before, and I kind of didn't. The whole new program with KTM was coming in, and Mitch offered me a ride, and I was familiar with that, so I took the Kawasaki thing, and then Langston did stay with KTM, and yeah, that's how that all ended up. But did have an offer from KTM, and that was my choice going back to America. And then Mitch came through, and I kind of jumped ship, I guess you'd say, but I went to Mitch's team.
It's a very special team, obviously, as we all know. What was your time like on Pro Circuit and all that? Because that was obviously an amazing team. Everyone probably wanted to be on that team at some point, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I know Mitch for a long time. Like I said, I rode for him in '92. He did my bikes before that there, and just being on his team is good. And know I had good bikes. I know what I was getting. I went there. I know he's the hard worker as much as I was coming back from Europe, and he didn't really know what he was getting when I came back from Europe. I raced for him before and didn't do the job, but coming back this year, I think me and Langston had a lot to prove to the American guys that we could still be up there in the front. And, I had the desire to win, and that's what it takes.
So obviously that was quite a special thing. Obviously you won the outdoors title as well with the team and everything. That must have been pretty special for you.
Yeah, like you said, went down to the last race. That was the main
Yeah.
thing. Like, I was good all year. Actually, I don't know if a lot of people knew, I DNF'd the first 2 motos of the year and kind of came from,
First
DNFs
two.
and went
Wow.
to champ. Yeah, I had bike
Mm.
issues the first race in Sacramento and went away from there with no points, thinking, oh, the championship's gone. But we kept our heads
Mm.
down and kept working. And, as it came to the last moto, it's Langston and his wheel and all that there. But it wasn't easy for me. I didn't get it given to me, but the last moto
Yeah.
worked out in favor.
Yeah, beautiful thing, beautiful thing. What riders did you look up to and idolize when you were young then, Mike? Was there any guys that you looked up to and thought were heroes of yours, and did you get to race any of those guys as well?
No, I mean, when I was a kid, when I first started and I was into it in 85, 86 was David Bailey. That was always my favorite rider, and his style, the orange gear, the JT gear, he was my favorite for sure. And from then is everybody. I'm still fans of all the guys. McGrath was great. I love watching him. James Stewart, Ricky Carmichael. I trained with him for 10 or 11 years, and he's a great friend of mine and have done a lot for me. It's same as Eldon, where my job I work now. Like, I had to give it up to him. If it wasn't for Eldon and Ricky, I would have never won that championship. So it's all of them guys. It just doesn't take a team and a bike. It takes a lot of group around you, putting yourself with the right people and being there at the good times.
Obviously, you must be looking forward to this weekend. You've come over to the UK quite often to race at Farley. It's now obviously moved to Foxhill. Have you always enjoyed yourself coming over and doing the Farley with these guys, with Dave and Doc Wobb and stuff?
Yes, for sure. It's always, especially with Doc Wobbs building us awesome bikes. That's the best thing. And coming to see my
Yeah.
friends where I lived here for 5 or 6 years with Finn Barnevsey and his wife and family is it's like family with me now. So it's good to come back every year and spend a week here with those people and see them and hang out. And yeah, this is where it started for me. Like I said, when I came here and went back to America, it was like a restarting. It's kind of same like Zach Osborne was.
Yeah. Obviously, this is the bike you're on at the weekend, I believe. I'm sure you.
Yeah.
When are you getting to see it? Obviously, is it tomorrow, Friday? I'm not sure when you're getting to
Tomorrow, yeah,
Aragona.
tomorrow we're going to ride. I think me and Villa put her riding tomorrow, so I can't wait to ride it. The thing looks awesome as always, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be one of the better bikes out there. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, it looks very sweet, doesn't it? I bet you're looking forward to
Yeah,
that. It
really
looks very
good.
cool.
It's always
Very
does the
cool.
best job.
Yeah, Doc Wobb certainly no stone unturned, as it were. It looks pretty factory to me.
Yeah.
Who do you feel were your closest rivals? Who did you enjoy racing with the most over the years, even in Europe and in America as well?
Shoot. Probably Langston was one of them. Langston and Ryan Hughes. Ryan Hughes is probably the longest because we grew up together racing in the B class, and we have had big battles all through my career and his too. So it's for sure those guys, and I look up to them guys just as much as McGrath because they'll put up a fight. These days is a little different. You can't do as much rubbing and fighting as we did back then. Literally, I think me and Ryan Hughes got into a fight at Mudge Creek, and now you can't do that. People love that. It's racing. It's like NASCAR. When you can't bump in NASCAR, nobody likes it, and the same as motocross. I ain't saying hurt nobody, but there need to be a little bit of rubbing and racing, I think, for sure.
I was going to say to you as well, was there any guys that you always just did seem to come together with on track? There was always that guy that you just always bumping into on track. Is just one of them ones. Was it Ryan
Yeah,
Hughes a lot?
if you're in 25th place or second place, they're always right there with you, so it's always there.
That's brilliant. Right, I got Marlon here. He's just come on. He's put Mike Brown, Zach Osborne, Ryan Villapoto. What a lineup for Team USA. I want to come to Fox Hills just to watch these guys. And Mike, can you say hi to Finbar too, please?
Yeah, hey Finn. He said hi. He's right here sitting too. Yeah.
Oh, and hi for me as well, because I used to race with Finn as well. I'm sure he
Yeah.
remembers. Hope you're good, Finbar, anyway, buddy. Thanks for sorting this out as well. I did
Building
speak to him
houses
earlier.
and making money. He's a smart guy. He got out and started building houses. He's doing really good.
Yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to him. I was bothering him earlier when he was at work.
Yeah.
Has there been a favourite race bike that you've had over your career? You've been on some amazing teams, some amazing bikes. Was there a specific bike that was your favourite during your career, Mike?
No, I would say two strokes for sure. My Kawasaki 125 was good, and then the era of four strokes come in, and I've been there's been a couple of great bikes for sure. they're all so close now in the 4 strokes. The 2 strokes, it made a difference on what bike you're on, what team you're on, what engine you're using. But 4 strokes, they're so close. They're all pretty good. It's all down to the suspension and the setup on those things. So the power's there, kind of wherever it is, and it's the 4 strokes is. I don't know. I had a lot of good bikes. And when I was on the Cass Honda, factory Honda was a great bike. I've had the factory KTM bikes. All that I've ridden most of the factory bikes, and they're all good. 4 strokes. I enjoy all the bikes for sure.
I thought a few might ask this, but someone's asked here. You always seem to look at home on a 125. Did you prefer the smaller bikes?
Yeah, it's crazy. I was talking about that the other day. I do. I always rode them because I felt like I wasn't strong enough for a 250 back then. When I got on a 250 back then, it was too much of a handful. I got arm pump. I just feel like I couldn't handle it. And then now you get on a 252 stroke, it feels like a 125 compared to like the 450s that I've been riding for the last 10, 15 years. A 250 feels really small and not as fast. So I wished I felt like that on a 250 back when I was racing them in 2002, 3 on those bikes as I do now.
What was it like on there when you come over to the UK then? Obviously, how did that come about? Because I know you come over and did the GPs before that. But when you come over on the Cat Honda, etc., a lot of the British fans remember you well, battling with Dobby and Nunn and all these guys. It was brilliant. I watched you many times as well. What did you think of that bike? What was that like when you come over?
It was great. I got over here with goodness gracious, can you think of his name now? Got me in touch with Dave Thorpe, and then that all worked out, and I ended up coming over here racing for 2 years on the Cat Hondas. The 99 was the Cat Honda bike you see there, and then I had 2000. It was another AXO Cat. So I enjoyed the bikes. It seemed like we struggled when we got to the sand track, but I think that was maybe a little bit of my style. I wasn't used to the sand like most of these guys, and the bike was maybe not as fast as some of the bikes. But when I went to the hard pack tracks, I was competitive on the bike. It was great. Had great time in the British Championships. As some of my funnest tracks in the England races we had up here, and battles with Jamie Dobbs, Carl Nunn, all them guys was unreal.
I don't know if it was Bradley, was it, that he put you in touch with Thorpe? I know he sponsors the team.
Yeah.
Was it Bradley? Bradley, yeah. Bradley Briggs, yeah.
Yeah, Bradley's an awesome guy. I've known him since day one, since I came for Dave. And he's always supporting me with vans and cars, but great guy.
Yeah, he looks like I've been speaking to him this week. He's been sending me the pictures of the bikes he's bringing this weekend. Jesus.
Oh, it's crazy. I know. He's got some good ones.
Crazy, isn't it? It'd be cool to see all them for sure. Yeah, exactly. So how did you originally first come over into the GPs then, Mike? How did that deal come about when you was in America to come over and do the GPs? Because we remember when you first came over.
I think it was through Bobby Moore that rode for Audi for years. Yeah, he got me there, and I think he even got me. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't think of his name for a second. He got me in touch with Dave Thorpe too, because the Dave Thorpe thing came up the last minute when I was on Honda Troy. They went to Yamaha Troy and went all I guess it been 125s, and I had to move out of that class, so they couldn't have me on the team. So then that's when I went back to Europe at 99, and then, but that's how Bobby got me on that side again, back to Dave Thorpe.
What was that bike like? That because that was a 250, wasn't it, on the Chesterfield team, I believe?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When I went to that thing on that bike, it was I'd never ridden a 250 so much until I went there, and it was awesome bike. It was really fast. They could do whatever they want. Over here, the rules, you had different frames. I'd go and test. You'd have 10 swing arms, 10 frames, whatever they want, they could change, which is a big difference from America to here. And you kind of made your bike to whatever you wanted, and that was great. But the bike was super good. I just wasn't really prepared for that 250 the way I should be.
Yeah. There was a hell of a lot of, obviously the riders was pure stacked as well at the time, wasn't it? And Everts and Demarie, and it was just endless.
Yeah, it was loaded in that class for sure back then.
What was that like for the lifestyle for you to come over from there? Was that massive? Must have been a big change in life in general. Must have been.
Yeah, going to Italy too. That was my first year going to Europe, going to Italy. No Italian, great team. They spoke English, but other than that, going to the grocery store to get gas, to get you a pizza was a struggle. I think I cried the first month I was there, ready to go back home. And thankfully Bobby Moore, Talon Boland was on my team, and that made it a lot better. The mechanics I hung out with that spoke English. It got good, but the living was hard, and traveling around all of Europe in a camper was difficult for me back then. But I wouldn't change it for anything. That's learned me a lot in life for sure.
Very cool experiences. Very cool.
Yes.
What's Ian's just said here? Ian Chesterman. Evening, Mike. Really looking forward to seeing you at Foxhills. I always ask the Namur questions. Just wondered if you ever raced there and what you thought of the track and the whole Namur experience. Did you ever race there, Mike?
Yes, I think it was '07 or '08 on the Cast Honda. I did race there. Yes, it was.
Ah,
That was something like you dream of, and probably to this day, that's the most famous track. And I always see pictures of the grass inside the castles and stuff like that. That's for sure the most prestigious track I'll ever ride. And actually, I was supposed to do the Motocross of Nations there in 2001, which we didn't show up at. But yeah, that track was awesome. It's that was just something you never know. Probably nobody will ever ride again in their life.
yeah, it was amazing. It's very unique, wasn't it? That was a major thing. It was very unique. Pat's just asked me here, which era does Mike feel was best? Whether it's the 90s into the 2000s or before his career in the 60s to the 80s. Say he had a time machine, what years would he go back to?
Yeah, I don't know. I think probably about then, 98 to when I went to Europe until probably '05. I think it was a good era for me racing like general for like I'm looking back as a top 20 in America making good money until a top 20 now it's not making nothing. That's the era
Yeah,
back then. The money was good. A lot of private tier teams, a lot of factory teams. That was the best for racing for sure for money wise through our sport. Now it's if you're not in the top 10, it's hard to make money and live a comfortable life. If you're a top 10 player in a football, soccer, all that there, you're setting really good. In this sport, it's really hard to do that now if you're not in the top 10 guys in America. But
what
money
was
wise,
the yeah, sorry, what was the Honda of Troy team like? That seemed a good setup at the time. Did you get on well there, or did you enjoy that part of it?
yes, that was a good thing for me being on that team. It was not full factory, but it was not as much pressure. Getting back into the scene of things, it helped me a lot. Having Eric Kehoe, Phil Alderton as a team owners, those guys helped a lot. As getting my feet back under me, getting the speed back, having a good bike, and a good team under me. Coming back from, as I say, '93, I didn't even race dirt bikes. I raced cars, worked at a motorcycle shop, and coming back with them guys is they helped my career a lot.
Is there any? I know you've got. There's a few numbers, but I always ask the guys what a favourite race number was. I know you've been seen with 100, and I think number 3 is also a favourite as well. Was there a specific reason that you like them numbers, or was there any particular reason?
Just the number 100 came from being in America or being in Europe with no national number, and I went back there and I didn't really know what to pick. A couple of numbers I did like. I had 121 as a kid. That was my first number. Somebody had that number, so I couldn't take that. So
Okay.
when I came back for Mitch and Honda Troy, I went with number 100, and I did like the number. It was kind of stuck out. Everybody kind of looks for that number, like who's at 100, So I'll be the last guy on the getting the number. So yeah, I just took that number, and then when I won the championship, I was able to pick a number in the top 10. And luckily, I think Jeff Emig had it before me. He was out of racing, and I got to pick that there. And me, I was always a Dale Earnhardt fan, number 3 guy, which was great. Like it was number 3. I had it for a good time from 2001 till I don't know 13 or something like that, 14, whenever Tomac took it. So it was a good run with that number for sure.
What was that bike as well? Like, what was this bike like as well, Mike?
That was probably the big change for me coming back from Europe and getting on a 250. Like when I switched from Mitch Payton's team, I went to here, and because Mitch was going Kawasaki 4-strokes in next year, and I left there thinking, it's going to be hard for them Kawasaki bikes to be as good as these because he's been out for a couple years, and I had a good offer from these guys to go there, and it was a great. I think I won a race that year and a couple motos, and it was hard against James Stewart on 125 to beat him because he was super
Yeah,
fast. I did it one race, and but it was a great team. It was good bikes,
yeah.
all that there, and just the team had some infrastructure. It was hard, and I didn't like dealing with that there. And I think I had a 2-year contract, and I got out a little early and went to Europe again with Cas Honda.
Mhm. How did this come about? I was going to ask you this as well. How did there it is. When you had the on the bottom of the pants, downtown Mike, wasn't it? Downtown Brown.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always been around. There was a saying, downtown Mike Brown. I don't know. It was a downtown Brown. Something old before I was around,
Yeah.
I think. And then that came up, and it stuck for a little while. And nobody ever says it too much now.
No.
I think I'm too old
No,
for
it was a
that.
cool one. It was a cool one. Have you got any favourite tracks? What are your favourite tracks, Mike, in Europe and in America? Was there any favourite tracks? Was there a certain terrain you liked as well, like the soil that you preferred, if possible?
Before I went to Europe, I didn't like the sand because America riders doesn't ride it as much now. Now they're in Florida, we do, but back then I didn't like the sand. Like I was always good at a red bud track. Bud's Creek was one of my favorite. I won at Washougal a couple of times. I enjoyed there, like the harder pack tracks. And then I moved to Europe and I learned how to ride sand a little bit. And then it was I like the soft tracks, and being over there racing is learned me how to ride sand for sure. Being in England when it's raining and you can still ride, I just rode sand all the time and learned myself a lot how to do that there properly.
It's a bit of a question here as well from Dan Harris here. He's put, who's the fastest Brit rider that Mike has ever raced with?
I don't know. There's a couple. I've raced with a lot of them. Jamie Dobbs been world champion. Carl Nunn, them guys. I don't know who would be the fastest. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Because
Always.
Ben as well has put here. He's put, when you come over and you race the British 125s, were you surprised how much of the depth there was with Dobb, Nunn, Jorgensen, Sword? I remember Luigi Sagai was riding as well, wasn't he? It was almost like a GP in Britain at the time.
No, it was, yeah. Most time it was more. It was just the same as a GP. Like, oh, we got a GP this week, and then we have a British Championship next week. It's the same thing. You line up with the same guys, which it was good because it got me used to the guys faster, getting into the scene with those guys, not knowing who you race with, and it's always good to keep that intensity up on an off weekend instead of setting for 2 weeks and then going to another GP. We'd always have a British Championship on the break off, which kept me going, kept my mind thinking, and not get homesick like that too.
Got a nice one here as well. Mr. Ken Winstanley's just come on as well. Hi, Ken. He's just put Mike as a top. He's put Mike as a top guy, great, exciting rider, and Matthew learned a lot off of Mike with being his teammate when riding Honda. Great memories and a true gentleman.
Oh, for sure, and I know Ken good. Yeah, he's always good guy, and the son for sure. Matt was a great rider, and I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, it was good being a teammate with Matt for sure.
Very nice guy. I've also got Jeffrey here. He's also put thanks to Mike for signing my AXO lid for me at the VMXDM.
Oh yeah, last year was good. Yeah, for sure, no problem, Peter.
That's good. Top man, Martin. What I was going to ask you about as well, who has been your biggest influence in your career, Mike, and why? Who was the biggest influences on you?
Oh man, there's a couple.
Yeah, I can say there's a few.
I don't know. It's like for me, racing, just being with the team managers. You always spend a lot of time as team owners. Mitch helped me a lot being around him. Like I said, for sure, Eldon Baker, and being around Ricky's parents, putting yourself always around the good people. It's always helped me that way as being a next step of where I've been to. Like you got to be, and I think for myself, like I always put a lot of pressure on myself to do good, and I don't want to get up some mornings to do the training, but I always do, and it's just gotta you gotta have it in your heart. There's a lot of kids you see that I want it, but when it comes time to work, it's a big difference. Yeah.
Because those guys obviously trained super hard and all that as well, so it must have been great for you to be around that setup.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's accountability for everything. It doesn't matter how many laps you're doing. It's not just doing laps. Every lap counts. Every gym workout counts. Every bicycle ride counts. There's no slack in it, and you're always monitoring everything you do. And I think that today is, I mean, when I was training with Ricky, that was there when day one almost when Eldon got to him, and I've seen him change the sport of racing. Back then, there was no training, there was no nothing. You could go and probably have a beer the night before and be good. But when Ricky started training, he changed the way America racing for sure has came to now.
I've even got some of the guys asking about your tastes in the English food. Someone's just put steak and chips or bangers and mash on a Sunday evening, Mike.
Yeah, I do eat a little bit of that sometimes, but not too much. I think that's why I try to stay healthy, but I won't turn it down for sure.
Beautiful. Right, I've got Simon Patterson here has put, who do you think will be the best US Nations team, old or new? Interesting.
I think for Redbud, you're saying this year, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't
that's what
know.
you're
I think
talking
we
about.
got a good team. One of our
Mm.
better teams we can have, I guess. The top two guys in the 450 and the top kid in the 250. I don't know what we could do any different. So hopefully it'll work out for us this year. But you never know. All these European teams, they've got some good teams, and it should be a good year. I'm gonna try to go watch that thing myself.
Yeah, that'll be a great atmosphere there, wouldn't it, Mike? I'm sure. What was have you got any favourite racing gear over the years? I see a few of the guys asking that in the comments as well. Like, you've obviously wore a lot of cool gear over the years. I know you're with the FXR now, aren't you? As well.
Yeah, I've been there for, I don't know, probably 6 years now, or maybe longer. Oh, for sure, a great company. There's not really a big company like that. You can hang out with the owner of it. He was Loretta's racing in my class, and they take a lot of input from all of our guys that rides for them. They change a lot of stuff, make custom gear when we want it, whatever they want, they can do it. So that's probably for sure my favorite gear. Not because I wear it. Like I said, they'll make you whatever you want. If it's too big, too long, wrong colors, they'll fix it for you. But yeah, I've had a lot of gear over the years that's been great. Back when AXO was top, I had that gear, and I've
That's
worn the
nice. Yeah.
Fox, I've worn all the gears.
Very nice kit you've had over the years. Any weird and wonderful superstitions, Mike, you have in your racing career?
Not too bad. I always seem to put my left knee brace on first. That's the thing I
Yeah.
always do. No reason. I remember I put it at Mount Morris. It would probably been 94, 95. I put my left knee brace on, done good. Maybe I won. I'm not for sure. But ever since then, I've put my left knee brace on, and still to this day, I don't even think about it. It's a habit. I put it on, and then I go ride. So maybe that's the only thing for sure.
That's brilliant. Brilliant. Ian's just put, do you watch and follow the MXGP at all now, Mike, at all?
Yes, for sure. I love watching it. Those guys are animals over here, and a lot of people don't understand how rough the tracks get, and they don't touch them all weekend. And them guys are special, and we see it each year when they meet up with American guys, and it's working for them, and our guys isn't winning. But no, I enjoy watching the GPs for sure.
I don't think you've got to race on Matley Basin where they have the British GP. What do you think of that track? Would you have liked to have rode that track?
Yeah, that looks nice. I went there the year Stewart and Destinations with Stewart and Everett was there. I was there. That
Yeah.
was awesome race there and beautiful place. I would love to race there. Yeah, it looks nice. Dirt and stuff.
Oh, Jamie Goswell. He's just put, who's coming out on top at Foxhill, the US or GB?
I don't know. It's gonna be a good one. I mean, we got some good riders, and they have some good riders. Like this year is gonna be a full race. I don't think it's gonna be called a vintage race. It's gonna be called a GP race for older guys. It's some good riders there as we go. We know we got Villapoto, Zach. All these guys. It's gonna be, yeah, it ain't gonna be as easy for sure as me as it has been the last couple of years. Not easy, but there's gonna be more than me out there on the track. So it's hope everybody should be gunning for the other guys instead of me.
Yeah. I've got Ben Rumbold. He does the commentary for the British Championships. He does the TMX paper. He does some bits for them as well. He just put Foxhill. Here we go. Just getting packed. Come and get your programs at the TMX stand. What do you think of your bikes for this year, Mike? Oh, you've already sort of touched on that a little bit, but they do look pretty special for sure.
They're unreal. Like I said, Wobbs, I've been riding his bikes, I guess, 4 years now, and I don't have to worry about anything. I know when I get there, the bike's dialed in. I probably never even touch a click or two on the suspension. Don't touch the brakes. Don't touch the levers. But I'm good about that. I'm not too picky. I ride about whatever you put me on. Maybe just a brake pedal where I can get to it, and that's all I need. But Wobbs is unreal. Like he builds better than factory bikes. Than when we raced him back in '97. This bike would be better than what I was racing then. I trust him a lot, and I think if it wasn't for Doc Wobbs in my bike, I probably wouldn't be here. So I respect him a lot and the stuff he does.
I got Michael Bierman here. He's asking about what sort of classes you're going to do. He's put, will you be doing double classes, 30 plus and 50 plus, and the World Vets MX Championship Glen Helen in November.
I think so. I'll be the world vet. Yeah, I'll be riding probably the bigger money classes for the 15. I think it's 30 and maybe 40. I'm not for sure, but yeah, I'll be there for sure. It's a good race. Like I said, it brings a lot of riders, and hopefully this year, yeah, I'll be there.
That'd be cool. I was going to ask you about. I see that you got into a bit of the EnduroCross and stuff like that. Did you enjoy that side of things? I know you won some championships as well, didn't you? As well.
Yeah, I've done good at it. I won a lot of the X Games stuff and a
Yeah.
few races in America. Went down to the last championship with me and Taddy, and he got me about a couple points. But it was fun for sure. It was a learning curve. I loved it because it was tough and it was something that I didn't do very good at. So I worked hard at it, which made it good.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it when I was doing it. But now I look back on it and think, man, that's the hardest thing I ever done on two wheels. Like I've done Baja 1000s. I've done most of everything on a dirt bike. And that was for sure cardio, just tough stuff. There is like a extreme enduro, same thing. It's if you want to see what you can push your body to, do a tough enduro, and you'll figure out how tough you are.
Yeah, that was mega. Got a couple of old ones there. I'm pretty sure that's.
Yeah, it would have been 88, probably 89. That was Team Green the years. That's when I went 483 is my number when I went to the nationals with. That would be a national there. No, that's Mini O's, Mini Olympics in Florida.
Was that good setup on the old Team Green, Mike? It's a good setup in the UK as well with Team Green over the years as well.
Yeah, back then it was super big and still big Team Green is, but back then everybody wanted to be on Team Green. They supported everything and they were always big in the amateur racing and yeah, like they said, they supported me a lot and yeah, it was a good team to be a part of on amateur days.
Another earlier one there as well.
Yeah, I think that's when I went. It would have been probably 1990, I think. 91 it says on there. 90 or 91. It might have been a year before, but I went Honda, done my own thing because Team Green wanted me to stay another amateur year. And I was ready to go to the nationals, and they didn't want to support me on that side. So I went back to Jim's motorcycle sales, got me some Hondas there, and went racing the nationals for a year.
Because I was looking at some of that stuff earlier on, and some of the stuff you were doing, like you can see a few bits there, is absolutely crazy, wasn't it? Some of it.
Yeah, that stuff is always different. You ain't like motocross. You can hit the same line pretty much about every
Yeah.
time that you want, but this stuff, as you see the logs here, they change every time you get near them. So that was the hardest part for me, the logs and stuff like that. But it made me a better rider, more balance and all that, and yeah, it helps.
Got Ben's just put here. He's put Mike. There's footage of you on the Stefan Everts DVD where he talks to you trackside in 2006. Do you remember the conversation? Are you buddies with him and any of other of your GP rivals?
Fish. I don't know if I remember that or not. 2006, I don't know. I do get along with Stefan. Was an awesome guy, and I looked up to him as I did probably Jeremy McGrath. He's a great rider, and his son's going to be too. I don't remember that, but I'm still friends with some people. If I see them, I do talk to them. Like I said, I stay busy like everybody else does, and I don't really never just hang out and talk to people. And I'm a quiet guy anyway, so. But other than that, no, I would speak to any of the guys if I see them for sure.
Because I've noticed that everyone's been noticing, Ian's just bringing it up here, is obviously you always get full lineups in America for all the AMA outdoors and everything and the qualifying and all that. You've probably obviously spotted obviously the MXGP and the both the classes has been sort of like half a lineups on the line. What's your sort of thoughts about that? You must have obviously seen it.
Yeah, no, I did. We were talking about that the other day too. Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Mm,
like that. I know it's a lot of people say it's over money. It's hard to get in those races. You don't make a lot of
yeah.
money back. It costs.
Mm, prize money.
Yeah, this sport, it's not like you said. It's not a top sport as we say as in football, soccer, and all the big sports with a lot of money. Like a lot of
Mm,
people, the privateers for sure. If it was like that in America, we would be the same way. Like we had to that same kind of, no money paying back and got to be on a team, which is hard. So
mm,
yeah, hopefully, our racing doesn't go to their rules and, we can keep a full gate, but it does get, so it just depends where in America. If you go way northwest, you get less riders, and you go to Maryland and you get a lot of riders. So it
mm.
is like that in America, but we're still getting, at least 70, 80 riders a weekend trying to qualify for the nationals.
It used to be sort of pretty much like that with the GPs, didn't it? I think maybe if they can possibly get back to the prize money and not the massive
Yeah,
entry fees and that sort of thing, and hopefully
I
maybe be
remember
able to turn that around.
during the first year I was here, like you went to qualify, you'd get, I don't know, it was about $1,000 just to even qualify for the main events, and then you got money on top of that. You could go and get 20th place and make good money to live. Like that's more than we got in America, and then it went from there to about nothing. So yeah, it's a big change for everybody.
I've heard that they're going to have a big rethink in the winter, so hopefully there'll be some changes and they can hopefully turn it around because it's been not great to see at times this year.
Yeah,
I've got Simon Patterson here. He's put, what do you think of Danger Boy Deegan, future AMA champion, possibly?
looks he's heading that way. He's a great rider for sure. You know, it's a big step, and where he's going next, we'll see this weekend. I think he's got the speed. You know, I think just maturity will make a big difference in him. Like if he gets a good start, I'm sure he'll be running up with those guys. And that's not it. I think he's got the speed. I think it'll take a year or two to get, maybe not a year or two, maybe a couple months. But I think yeah, he's got what it takes. He's got the heart. He wants to win. He's going fast. I mean, that's I think that's what it takes. A little bit of all that there.
What track or event, Mike, has been the best atmosphere that you've ever raced in, do you think?
Back to Namor. That was a good atmosphere. That was special. People all around the whole track, just like the old days when you see before I even raced there. And when I went there, and probably been '07 or '08, the last year they had it, I think it was spectacular. Probably the year that I won the championship, and close to my home, Pennsylvania. It wasn't far away, and just that day was special for me to win there. Like the whole way around the track, the last couple laps, it was unreal. Like and all the tracks now, like you go to Belgium. Back then when I was racing the GPs with Stefan Everts, that was and like for him, like where he was at a race, he brought his people, and it was a big scene. You know, like that helped their racing back then because he brought a lot of people to watch racing, and he kind of put it on the map for Belgium, and you know, for him, it probably wouldn't be as big as it is now.
Yeah, there were some very good memories they were. A lot of obviously riders as part and parcel of the sport with the old injuries and stuff like that. What sort of injuries have you had, Mike? Has there sort of been any big injuries that have stopped you achieving more in your career and things like that?
Probably the biggest thing I did my ACL in my knee back in 2002. Other than that, just little things like one year at the EnduroCross here in England, I dislocated my ankle. That was kind of after I'd stopped racing a little bit. I was still doing off-road stuff, and then doing a little bit of stuff in the winter on the EnduroCrosses, and broke a collarbone. But other than that, it's little things like that there bothering you.
Do you did you like the Supercross as much as the Motocross? Have you always preferred the Motocross, or what's your preference on that side of things?
Probably done better on overall my motocross stuff because as coming up as a kid, that's all I rode until I started riding probably 93, 92 Supercross. And then, like I said, I never had my own track. And I think now the kids coming in Supercross is ready for it when they're 15 and 16. And it's just because they get to ride them early. Back then, I didn't know, and I wasn't a skilled Supercross rider as I was outdoor. And it was a struggle for me. I had to work hard at it to make it work. And I won not a lot, I'd say, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 of the 125 Supercrosses. And, but I enjoy Supercross. It was hard for me, but I enjoyed it because I think it was hard, and I worked hard at it, and it made it fun for me.
Got some pictures here a bit further back in the old nice Honda there. Indoor out. Was that bike good?
It was good. That was half Jim's motorcycle sales bike, and that kind of switched over to a few weeks after that to a Honda Troy bike in between the years. And I think Craig Decker got hurt, and I took over his spot on Honda Troy's, kind of how I got my spot going on that team. And they helped me that year through. And now, yeah, that was a good year. The bikes were good from being on that team there.
I was just looking at your time. I see you was on Suzuki as well. What was that? What was the old Suzuki like?
That was 06. That was. It was good. The two-stroke, I loved it, and that's kind of when I had to go 450 or 250 on the four strokes, and didn't like the 450. It was a handful. I couldn't even ride the 250, and they tried to put me on a 450, and it was just way too much for me. So I stayed on the 250 until the two stroke, till all the Supercrosses. I think I didn't ride a four stroke, and then outdoors I went back to the 250F.
Very nice, very nice. What other sports do you like watching or even doing yourself, Mike? Is there other sports you like watching that?
I'm into basketball. Just I always love
Oh, okay.
basketball. When I was in school, I played basketball. My kids are big basketball fan. That's my older one just signed for a big college to play basketball. He just his first week in college, and they're into it big. So I support basketball. I like it, and they're doing good at it. So it's good to see them into the basketball thing.
Is there a team that you guys all follow or a certain?
There's a couple of teams I like. Yeah, when I was a kid, my dad always liked the Boston Celtics, and I'm always been a Boston Celtics fan. So this year has been good. They were in the finals, but didn't win it. But I'm always that side of it a little bit more. I think Boston guys.
That's cool as well. Ben's just put, I love that Rockstar kit. I bought some because of how good Mike looked in it.
Yeah, I still have a lot of that. I was at home a few weeks ago, and I was looking through all kinds of stuff, and I seen all kinds of that Rockstar, that gear, their alloy gear. I think it was the Rockstar stuff.
I'm not sure who that is, but they've been reminiscing there, saying about the man, the legend, Langrish, 2006, Brownie coming over the tunnel straight at the old man, holding Lewis Gregory's bike after his big off. I got it on DVD somewhere. Not sure who that was.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I don't know if I
comment
remember
who it
that.
was. Yeah,
Trying to think. Maybe it was, but I remember being at that track. But
quite hard
yeah,
packed as well.
yeah, up the big hills and stuff and down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite decent track there. Decent track. If I had to sort of say to you, what has been your most memorable race in your career? Was there a race or a meeting that really still sticks in your head today? What would you say that was, Mike?
There's a couple. Probably for sure, I'm gonna say Steel City when I won the championship. But as a race, being in a GP, winning my first GP race, and I don't even know when that was. It was maybe Luxembourg. I think it might have been my first GP win. I'm not sure. Just to win a GP race, world championship. There's a big name there, so it's winning that there and winning a national championship. But those two probably stick to my mind the most, is winning that there. And I won a moto in Japan on the 450 MX class with Billy McKenzie. I won the second moto, I think it was there, not the overall, but that was good for me to win a race there in Japan where the bikes are made, and Japanese Honda was there. So I enjoyed that race very good. The track was good for me there. It was kind of like a track from Tennessee for me.
What about teammates, Mike? What were the best and maybe not so good teammates that you had over the years?
And yes, that's a lot. I've had a lot of teammates, and I've gotten along with most of everybody. Still to this day, I've had the Matt Walker and Talon Volan. It's crazy because Talon Volan is with us now as his son Max is. I train his son Max on and off the bike, and it's good to have him. He, like I said, he helped me a lot in Europe when I was there, being around that guy. And yeah, there's so many teammates: Billy McKenzie and Kenda Diker in Europe, and Luigi Sigi and Steven Sword. I've had some good teammates and still good friends when I see them. And in America, I've been teammates, I guess, with everybody that's been racing over there over the years, somewhere on one team or another. But it's I'm pretty easy to get along with until I put my helmet on, then it goes crazy, I guess.
A bit of a difference, yeah, a bit of a different thing. Has there been who has you been your close, have you had any closest friends around the paddock over the years? Is there any sort of guys that have been closer to you than others over the years? And was that sometimes hard when you had to drop the friendship and, when the gate drops and all that, or easily done?
It's a little bit like it's not that I'm not friends with them. I think for me, I've always lived away from those guys. I've never traveled to where they live. Say I've always, when I was training with Ricky, we always hung out together, and that would be it. I mean, it's hard for me. I always, leave the race and I'm back home training or with Ricky. Before then, I was in Europe, and I live with Finbar. Was probably still one of my best friends in racing for sure. It's he helped me a lot being with me in all the races, and it's still like family for me here.
Pat's just put J Law at Rockstar Suzuki. How interesting was that?
Oh, that was every race she was at. It was interesting. And I'm still good friends with his team manager back, Scott Sapovic, and yeah, just the stories you hear from him, and I have seen being on a team with him, and
Yeah.
awesome kid, likes to have fun. I don't blame him for that, but he had a big career ahead of him, and some people can't handle it, don't want to do it, and nothing against him. That's what he preferred, how he ended it, and whatever he's doing is it's all up to him. But yeah, he was, yeah, for sure one of the better riders that's rode a motorcycle, and it couldn't make it last as long as most people, but yeah, he was a character for sure. I've been in a few incidents, and watching him, it's been funny.
Bit entertaining, eh?
Yes, for sure.
Just going to say to Michael there, we've already mentioned about the Cat Honda, Michael. You can check that back earlier on in the interview. I just got Martin Neary here. This guy's got the most memorabilia I've ever seen. He'll be there at the weekend, I'm sure. He's put downtown Mike Brown. You've had a long and amazing career, achieving so much. What's left? And after motocross, is there any new challenges you're looking at as well?
No, I mean my motocross now is for fun, enjoy it. I still love it, and it's not my job as I wish it was. I still wish I could be a Supercross and motocross and GP rider, but I know my boundaries, and I'm done with that. But no, just like I said, I work for Eldon Baker, and that's my job. That's my focus. Thank the gosh he lets me come and do these races. Otherwise, I'd be sitting at home, and he still supports me of riding a little bit for sure. I don't need to get hurt because that's my job, and I need to be there to help the kids, which is my job. So yeah, it's I still love it, and if I wished I was 20 years old again, but after hopefully I just keep doing what I'm doing. I enjoy being with Eldon Baker and helping the guys, and it's a full time job. People thinks yeah it's great you hang out and do this and do that, but I'm there a lot of mornings helping with the track stuff, and then leaving there and going to the gym and doing stuff with the guys. It's a full time job as as people know if you've been in a training facility. It's never easy.
You enjoy that side now as well, Mike?
Yeah, for sure I do. Like I miss the racing, but like I said, it helps me being around those guys. I when I'm watching them do good, it's like I'm racing too. So it's good to be around them and seeing them do good. That's for me is the satisfaction is me racing. And seeing the guys. Last week, RJ won the national in Budds Creek, and I'm around him all the time. Eldon's his trainer, but we're all together, and just seeing our guys do good. That's satisfaction for me.
This is a good question from my good buddy Adam here. Good buddy here. He's just put, what limit are you on when you ride as you're still as quick as ever?
I don't know. I ride as fast as I can ride. I think for today, I'm a little bit more smarter, and I think being older for me, I was telling the guys the other day, it seems like my reflexes and stuff's a little bit slower and I think that's because I don't ride very much. This year, I bet I haven't got 6 hours, 8 hours on the bike in a year. Uh, I think just the reflexes and the movability on a bike is what I noticed the big difference. But speed wise, as a top rider knows, you always know how to go fast, but you need to be in shape and you need to realize what you're capable of. And that's sometimes scares me because I know how to go fast and I want to go fast. I'm not scared to go fast. That's the thing. But I want to be ready for what's going to happen. That's, you never know. And that's what gets me a little bit. If you're not thinking and being smart about what you're doing, that's when something's going to slip up and get you.
You ride with your head well, yeah. Do you have any regrets at all from your career, Mike? Is there like any decisions on joining certain teams or certain bikes you didn't take a deal from, or you did take a deal from that you regret now in hindsight? Is there anything like that in your career?
Not really. I mean, there's a couple things. Oh yeah, I should have done different, but like I kind of put myself in that position of, I lost my ride from Peak Honda just because I wasn't in shape. I wasn't get the results. That was my fault. And, I take the blame for it. Wasn't the bike. I was on a great team, the best team that year. And then you learn from the teams and what you're putting into it. And like as I grew, as I came on, and I don't think I could have done anything different because each year I went to a different team or found somebody new for training, up until I met with Eldon and Ricky. I did my own training programs as a program. Yeah, I'd go running, try to go biking. I was a big bicycler back then, which helped me on my dirt bike. Did as much gym stuff as I known, but coming through like that, each year got better. When I linked up with Ricky, got a ride with him, and then Eldon joined in, and that changed my career path is being a top elite rider, as in training, being on a good bike for sure. And no, it's just I think it's just kind of step by step for me coming through my career, and then once I got in shape in 2000 on up, it's helped me my whole career, kind of knowing what direction I need to be on that way. So
Very cool.
yeah.
I've just got what's he put here? Michael's just put how's training with Dino.
That's good. Him and Jalik and them, it's the comedian show for sure. Like Dino's gone next year, so I dread that. He's a good guy to have around with the kids. He's good with the kids. He helps a lot. Like unreal with the kids. He's a good guy. Game really good friends with him, and I hate to see him go, but hopefully we keep our friendship going. He lives close and right there in Florida, and no, Dino's awesome. He's the same guy. Doesn't matter if he's riding good or riding bad. He's gonna make you laugh all day long for sure.
That's cool. Sounds like a great character.
He
That's
is.
cool.
He's a good guy.
Did you try any other motorcycle sports at all, Mike? Did you even ever try Speedway? I do the interviews with all the Speedway and Motocross guys. Did you ever get to try
I
Speedway
didn't
at
know
all?
good at speed, but I do
No?
love flat track. I have flat tracked a lot.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
like that a lot. We built a flat track at Baker's last year, and we have the little Sunday bikes, and we love those things. Me and Eldon and the trainer or the track guy gets out there, and whoever we got them, and it's the most fun. I think flat track and speedway stuff I've never done, but there's some fun racing, competitive, and I enjoy that a lot. Like I do. I went
Did
to
you ever
when
get?
I lived here in Finn, used to go watch a speedway in Reading a lot. So
Oh,
I
right,
love,
yeah. That's
yeah,
near
I
us as
love
well. Yeah,
that.
Swindon.
Yeah.
So, did you watch? Did you see any in America? Because there was a quite famous couple of little trick tracks like Costa Mesa and all that.
Ascot and all that stuff. I never went out there when I was
Ah,
never watched it. No, and I wish I would have. I guess your dad was a good speedway guy.
yeah, my dad and my
Yeah.
uncle both raced for Swindon Robins, so
Yeah.
and my uncle raced for Reading in his last year and won the league in '80, I think it was. So, yeah, but yeah, they were
Nice.
all into Speedway. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
that's
That's good
very
racing.
passionate. Yeah, very cool. Right, if I had to push you on this, who would you consider as the three best riders that you've ever ridden against in your career to date? Who would you say?
Stefan Everett, Ricky. Yeah, raced with Ricky and probably Jeremy McGrath. Those three.
Three, isn't it? That's a three.
Yeah. I mean,
Not bad.
James Stewart's in
Yeah.
there. I raced with him.
Wow, yeah.
There's a lot. There's
No,
many, many,
efforts.
many, but that's them guys that putting those three together. I think probably won more championships than you can do anybody together like those. But I have raced with all those guys, and it's like I said, I lived with Ricky for a long time in his own house and trained with him, and yeah, he was a beast. He was. Everybody said, "Oh, he's on drugs." No, I live right there with him, and he trained his butt off, and that's when it all started. And like I said, being a part of watching what he's done, is being around with him is second to none.
Yeah, amazing for sure. I've just got Gareth Edwards here. Just put, what does Mike think of Dungey back racing again after all that time out when he retired?
I would never have thought he would come back. Dungey's a kind of smooth, easy kind of going guy, but to come back I understand for sure. It's hard to quit. I quit when I left here to go home and retire from racing and not do anything, and I got a call to do off road from Kurt Nicole, but I understand what he loves it. He was good when he left. He was champion, and to come back, no, he's for 5 years off. He's doing great, and I think supposedly he's coming back next year for a full season. They're saying that's the word for sure.
Yeah.
And I think he's coming back with Eldon to train down there, so it'd be good to have him around the kids. And I think if he, does his right training, he'll be back up there. Like I said, I don't think he's not scared to go fast. I think he just wasn't prepared coming into the nationals like he would have been if he'd have been supported, coming in as a whole year racing.
Just got a nice one here from Leo, and he supports me with his own developments. Just put Mike Brown, what a legend. Love watching him live at Farley, and looking forward to seeing him at Foxhill again at the weekend. A lot of comments on here, Mike. All buzzing to see you at the weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's good. I can't believe all the hype of me being here, and like I've been here so many years, and the guys that's coming. I don't want to like Ryan Villapoto, like that guy's has done as good as anybody. Zach Osborne's won everything, and it
Yeah,
seems like it's all about Mike Brown. But no, I've done good here over the years, and hopefully it's not the year I get beat. But if it does, it'll be some good riders for sure. And I'm looking forward to a good race. That's the main thing. We won it a few years ago, and that's the main goal. Everybody's going to be racing to win, but I think for the win for the USA would be good for us because there is some good teams out there that's going to be battling us for the win.
yeah. I think a lot of people are looking forward to meeting you guys at the weekend, and a few signatures and a few pictures, and
Yeah,
I'll be looking for a selfie with the man as well, like you
yeah.
do. Did you ever meet Magula, as Stefan's put here?
Danny Magoo
Yeah,
Chandler.
Magoo, yeah.
Yes, I did meet
Yes.
him. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but I did meet him.
Another legend.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
I'll ask you a few more. I know you've got to be somewhere at a certain time, so I won't hold you up too long. If you could give any advice to any youngster currently racing in the youth motocross, Mike, and they want to go pro and be a career, what would your advice be to those young guys?
Just you got to have a goal is number one, and don't be scared to ask questions how to get there. Like for me, I didn't have nobody to ask, so I just kind of went out on it my own and try to figure it out. But asking questions, have a goal, and figure it out as quick as you can. And whatever training you can do, if you're not doing any, and you want to be, there's got to be some kind of accountability for training, kind of a bit of a gym work. You think, oh, how we do three things at once. We get up in the morning, we bike for an hour, hour and a half, and we go straight to the motocross track. And then we go to the gym. It's from 8 to 4, just depends how quick you get it done. But it's a lot of work to be a top pro motocrosser now these days. Back 20 years ago, no, but now it's like I said, don't be scared to talk to people, see what path you need to get down. But for sure, there's going to be a lot of training, a lot of discipline, and eating the right foods and doing the right training, and believing in yourself. So it's a lot that goes into it, putting yourself around the right people, and it's it's a big package. You just can't get on a bike. There might be somebody out there that can get on a bike and go win a GP or a motocross championship, but that's going to be far and few between, I think. So it's a full-time job, and there's all the ups and downs in motocross of getting hurt, coming back from being hurt, getting hurt, coming back again is a big deal in motocross, and that's when you do that and you come back, you're doing good. That's it's a big achievement. Like just each time you're getting hurt it takes you way down. So it's come back from that is a big deal.
What were the old Husky 4-stroke bikes? What have they been like then, Mike? What were they like?
The twin shock bikes that we rode here, or
yeah,
they're awesome.
Yeah, and the new ones, both, yeah.
Oh, the old bike that I rode here was the power.
Yeah, I
was
remember
awesome.
that. Yeah.
I love riding that thing. It was good. The worst thing is it had no brakes. Suspension was good.
Was
power was unreal, and then no brakes was the worst. But it was fun.
Pull it in and nothing happens.
Yeah, you just keep going. That's like the first thing you do when you get to the track is take it easy and see where you got to get your braking points at, because you got to stop way before the newer bikes.
Yeah. I'm sure the newer ones that you've rode have been good. What have they been like?
Yeah, no, all of them Austria bikes, which I've been riding. I rode the Reddits. I rode a KTM. I rode Huskies for 3 or 4 or 5 years now. I like them. They're great bikes. Shoot, they're really good. That's all I know. I haven't rode a Japanese bike in a long time besides the one I ride for Wobbs. And when I get on the Austrian bikes, you notice little things that's better, and some things is a little different, but the braking and the power, yeah, it's great. And I think probably one thing is the reliability of the bikes. They last for a while. They don't wear out, and they hold up really good.
So I was just someone was just saying to me earlier about they're just saying about you don't want to ride the Husky round Foxhill. We've got the Yam this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever make the corners at the bottom for that thing.
Yeah, imagine that on the cop.
Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't know they weren't having twin shocks. They're not having twin shocks at Foxhills, are they?
No, I don't think so. It's all like sort of Evo. Looks like all sort of more like Super Evo and all that in the 90s, and
yeah,
I think they've gone that way. Yeah, more on that this year. So it should
Yeah,
be
it should,
interesting. So have you
yeah,
got
for
to ride
sure.
the Yam at all? I know you're obviously riding the Yam, but obviously have you got to ride two strokes much lately? Or
A little bit. Maybe not a Yamaha, but I've ridden the Austrian KTM two strokes a little bit before I came here. So yeah, I ride a two strokes. Yeah, but not one of these here. Looking forward
David
to it.
said,
Said every year
twin
it's a great
shots,
race.
twin shot racing, no brakes. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah,
Go into the corners nice and quick. Can you
yeah.
tell us any funny racing day stories, Mike, without us all getting arrested or anything? Or
No, I've never been arrested. No, we've had a few incidents in rental cars and just funny things, but yeah, I can't remember. There's a lot of them. Probably shouldn't talk about, but
yeah, that's what I meant.
no,
That's what I
just
meant by
it's
being arrested. Yeah.
yeah. Even like
What
me and
can you say?
Kimba, we travel in the GPs and rental cars and doing that. Like yeah, we've had some laughs for sure, especially in Germany driving. I think once we got a car in Austria or switch, I don't know where we went from through three countries to get there to Bulgaria. I think we drove there, didn't we? Or no? Stopped by the police, took all of our money, and just things like that. Is said we crossed the white line, so we pulled over. And it's like 1 a.m. Yeah, how much money you have? And it's like, no, keep giving us more money. And then it's,
Wow.
but no, little things like that. I've never been crazy and wild, but it's little things like that. We laugh at still to this day, and just yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a few of the rental car stories seem to be quite a popular one. I did one with Ben Townley, and he was saying they've totaled a few rental cars and took it back
Yeah,
like it, and all sorts of crazy
yeah.
stuff like
When I
that.
used to do the ISD Enduro stuff, that was
Mm.
yeah. We got put on probation there from the KTM people. Like, no, put it on your credit card now. If you tear it up, you pay for it because a couple of those has gotten totaled over there over the. I did that 6, 7 years, and yeah, it wasn't good. Like,
Oh, wow, that's classic. Oh, that's brilliant. If you had the power to change anything in the sport, Mike, what would you change? Is there any things you'd like to change the way it is now?
I mean, for sure, we always need more money. That's what people do this for. We do as a job as all the other sports people do, and it's not there. And I don't know how that's going to ever come. I don't know if it needs more TV, more outside sponsors for sure, but
Mm,
that's the whole goal. We do it for money, and it's a job. And I think we're one of the dangerous sports probably could be on. And we probably make
definitely.
nothing compared to F1 and MotoGPs, and I think every sport is enjoyable. It's fun to watch. There's always something going on, and I wish the guys could make more money. Like, and when they're done racing and whatever, they still have to get another job. That's the thing. You put your life into this thing, and you come out and you're still going to have to go work at a labor job or whatever it is. You're going to have to still make money, and you just can't retire. And you can be at the top level of your sport, and still it's. But anything like that would help for a team or for a sport.
I don't actually want you specifically to mention money exactly, but what were the sort of the times in your career, and what sort of teams were you making the sort of best sort of money in your career, and was there like win bonuses, that sort of thing? What was the sort of best
Yeah,
times?
it was good. When I started Europe, I had a good salary when I came to Europe the first time, and then it kind of stayed that salary for a while. And then I went to pro circuit, and it was a good salary, big, huge bonuses. Like bonuses there was, I don't know, to win a Supercross, I think it was around 65,000 or 70,000. The same for a national. That year, I was winning a lot of races, and I think I won a couple, 3 or 4 back-to-back motocross races, and won a lot of money. It's just bigger back then, and then in the salaries then, like the salary back then, I was when I won the championship, like it went up triple from what I was making the year before, and the bonuses are bigger, and the championship bonus was huge, and I see the incentive these guys get, which is great for them, like they should get it, but like you could be the 12th man in line for money and you go out and get nothing. A privateer doesn't get those big bonuses. You got to be on a factor team to get those, which it should be for me. I think it should be fair for they're going to pay this guy Yamaha. They should pay everybody who's on the field. If you can win, you get the money, which
Yeah,
I think. But
yeah.
like the money was big back then. From those probably 15 years, like I said, the top 20 guys were making good money, and you could
Mm,
afford to live and have a good house, have everything nice. And now it's some of these guys back in the back barely make it to the next race if you don't have
mm,
a family supporting you or good sponsors.
mm.
But the money was good back then. Like I think Ricky when he was doing it, his contract was huge back then for Suzuki. but he was winning everything. But for all those guys, it was good.
What about like when the GPs, when they brought you over to like on the Chesterfield Yam, what was that like for the GPs? Did you get salaries or was that bonus? How did that all work when you come over
I think
there?
it was on the Rinaldi. I think my year, that first year, it's only a year. I think it was $150,000 contract that year. The bonuses were good. I think I paid, I think per point it was a certain amount of money.
Championship point, okay.
Yeah, and for me that was 97. That was probably my biggest contract up until then, like that year. And then it kind of stayed there for a couple years, and then even when I came back for Cass, I made good money over here for those guys, and because whatever my contract said back then, the pound was double the dollar, so it was you double your contract, which was great. The couple years.
Yeah.
So
That was good.
yeah.
That was beautiful. We've got Max Henley as well. Hi Max, hope you're good. He's put same style every lap, every track with the beautiful.
Yeah, I tried to.
Leo has just put as well. He's just come back on. He's put, I think Mike must be the fastest man of his age group still riding. He still rides like a rider in his 20s. Absolute class act.
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, Loretta's was good. Like I raced the 40 and 50 there, and like, it's nothing against them. People think that I go and train every day, which I was a pro rider. That's what they all fuss. You're a pro. You shouldn't ride. Maybe I shouldn't. I still love racing, and that's the biggest thing. Besides going racing a national, I know I'm not good enough to go race a national, and I don't want to train like that to be one of those guys. And I love going to Loretta's because there are a couple kids I trained this year, and go to be around those, help those guys out, and it kind of gets boring if you're not riding there. If you've been to Loretta's, it's a long week, and to be riding a couple classes, it keeps it fun. And like I said, the guys I train, I can help them with some lines on the track and be with those guys.
Looks a very cool experience, the old Loretta's. It's obviously, like you said, a week thing, but have you always enjoyed doing that? It looks like a mega event in general.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I raced there when I was a kid. I didn't go back for probably 15 years or longer, and I went back. There was just so many people. It's unreal. It's like a full city. Like I think there's 12 or 1300 riders, but just the people and the motor homes and the setups they have these days is unreal. Like it's yeah, if people had that back then, it'd have been great. But it's just it's great supported, and the mini O's is even more. You go to the mini O's race, and it's 2,500 riders or something like that, and it's the pitch you can't move. There's golf carts going everywhere, pit bikes going everywhere, and it's bigger than the Loretta's for me. It's a fun week too. You got Supercross, you got the Motocross, and just good to be around. And everybody's so happy, and it's not you go to the pro race and everybody's so serious and the way it should be. You go to these things and you see the kids running around, they're all happy, and everybody's just there to have fun, and it's a good event.
Stefan's just put there. I think you should get a USA Donations helmet painted up blue and white stripes. So iconic.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Maybe next time if I get invited next year, that'll be a good one. Yeah.
I think you'd definitely be invited to the next one, Mike. That's for sure. I'd be interested. I don't even know if you saw all the. Did you see all the palaver online in the social media lately where they were trying to
Yeah, I
spread
did.
rumors that you weren't racing?
Yeah, I was at Finbar at his house. He's building a new house. I was up there with him, and then Andy White from FXR called me because he came over to the race today. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And I was thinking, "Oh, nothing, man. Just here at my friend's house watching him build a house." Man, what, you racing or why ain't you racing? I was thinking, what do you mean? I'm in England. I'm racing. Like, there's no other thing. And he says, then he sent me over a screenshot of whatever they posted. I was like, no way. So I got out the phone. I called Dave King. Dave, am I still racing? Like, I didn't know what was going on. Maybe I didn't know who posted that. I thought it was something with Dave. And I was thinking, maybe my license didn't go through. I don't know what the problem is. And oh, that's bollocks. That's bollocks. He said, send me a video. So yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That brilliant.
When I first seen it, yeah, my heart dropped. I was like, oh crap, I'm not gonna get a race. So
Yeah, everyone's self-doubting themselves after that. Yeah.
yeah, no, it was a good
Yeah, I
one.
think it was just from the other side of the old side of the other side that are doing the Farley side. It's I think they were just doing a bit of gamesmanship, as you want to call it, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. No,
Martin's just mentioned as well. Yes. Sorry. Go on, Mike. Karen.
No, I was going. They asked me to come to that race, and I could, but I've spent enough time away from the guys the last 2 weeks being in Loretta's, coming to this thing, and I do have a job at home, and that's the reason. I'm not going there to race, so I got to get back home and finish off my year with the guys, and then get tuned up for
Busy.
next year.
Very busy. Martin's just mentioned there about Dortmund Supercrosses and the Shariolas. I think that's how you would call it. Sarahola's Honda teams and all that. Great memories, Mike.
Yeah.
It was a cool event. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
What's
I
your
do.
memories of that?
Oh, one year I won that thing. I won the car. I don't know what year it was, but probably, I don't know, 05 or 07 or 08. I won the car from that Dortmund Supercross 3-night event. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, those things you never know how you're going to do. You could be the first, or you couldn't even qualify. So it's to win a 3-night event at one of those things. It's pretty hard, and that was a big race for me to win. You won big money and a car too, so it was like heck yeah.
What about the Paris Supercross? Did you like that over there? That was obviously a
Yeah,
massive event, and everyone loved that. All the Americans
yeah,
coming over.
that's probably like that would be a GP in Belgium for Stefan Everts going to that thing there, just the air horns and the noise, and people are into it. It was it was good. Like I raced there a lot. I probably raced there as much as probably anybody has, and I did it for a lot of years. I enjoy it and had a few crashes. I think I've won a couple of the main events there over years in the big class. So yeah, I did enjoy it. And I'm good friends with Eric Pernard that puts all that stuff on. And still to this day, he's promoting and doing a lot of stuff that I've been involved with him over the years for a long time.
Definitely one of the special ones. Did those promoters always pay you guys to come over for all their big events like that? Was that part of
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it was big. Like now today, they'll still get paid. All the guys will get there, but back then there was races every weekend. When I finished the nationals, I would fly back and forth to Europe every weekend and make probably 3 times the money I would make in America just doing those races. It was some big money, especially after I won the championship. They like you to come over, I guess, if you've been a champion, and they paid a lot of money. And it's like, with them guys, like the guys that be this year, they're making really good money. But back then, there was a race every weekend, a lot in Spain, Italy. There was all over the places, and a lot of people made a lot of money doing them races. It's Larry Ward. Larry Ward raced. He made most of his money in Europe for sure.
Yeah, I remember him a lot coming over. Did you used to like doing He used to come over, didn't he, and do the Sheffield Supercross and all the British ones as well? Did you like doing the British ones as well? There was a few quirky
Yeah,
little tracks, but
yeah. No, they were good. Good racing. The dirt was always nice in England, and the tracks were awesome. It was. I felt more home racing in England because my family here, and it was always good to race here. I feel like I could give it 110%. If something happened, then I had somebody to pick me up. But it was always good to be racing.
Yeah, not in the middle of nowhere. I've got a
Yeah.
couple of nice ones here, actually. I've got Mark Young here. He's put, Mike, if you had a choice, would you be under a team awning, or would you just like to turn up in a van and have a nice, easy setup?
Oh man, I do like to be by myself and do my own thing, but it's always nice to be under a tent with the mechanics and do the whole thing. Like it's me now. Before I didn't like it because I was a shy guy, I would say, and I didn't like to be around all the hype. But now that I'm used to it, it's a lot easier being on that side than in a van. But for me, if I had to go race tomorrow, I could load up in a van and go race for sure.
Simon just put, are you going to go have a go at Western Beach Race in the future? I don't know if you've seen the beach race. Or...
I've done that, I think twice. Me and
Oh, you have done
Finbar's
it?
done that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah. I don't know. One year I did pretty good, and one year my clutch went out when I was with Cass. I don't know what years it was, but that is a fun race. I would like to do that one day. I enjoyed it, and I did a big beach race in Argentina a couple years ago. It was fast though. It was wide open everywhere you went. It wasn't like the Western Beach race. It was just as fast as you can go around the whole track, and that was pretty scary for me.
It's definitely hard on the bikes and the old riders
Yeah,
at Western. It's a long old race,
yeah,
3 hours, is it? Something like
yeah. And the rain, the sand just kills everything. The wet sand.
that. Yeah, it's a long old marathon, that is. Mine's,
Yeah.
but how many trophies do you think you have, Mike? And what's your favourite trophy? Have you got a trophy that you still keep that is a bit of a favourite?
Oh man, I do have a lot of trophies. As parents just kept all the ones from when I was a kid racing mini Lorettas and Mini O's back in '88. They still have the big trophies from all the amateur days, and
Wow.
like Europe's for sure. I got all my Europe trophies. I took everything back when I went there and have some nice trophies from Europe. I would say winning a Daytona Supercross is a nice trophy I have. Uh, Shoot. the championship trophy I won, but there's a couple of the big trophies I have from Europe. It's really nice looking, and I've still got them to this day, and I'll probably always keep them. But they're all of them mean something to me for sure. If I look at the date and the race, I'll know exactly what happened that day and where it was at, and the whole thing about the trophy for sure.
Got a cool one just come on as well. I'm hoping to get him on an interview soon as well. He's one of the British guys I want to get on. Mr. Brad Anderson. Look, he's just put, who do you think will be your main rivals this weekend, Mike?
Probably you,
I
Brad.
think he might, yeah,
No.
I think that's what he might be hinting at there.
Yeah. No, Brad, he'll be there. He's a good two-stroke rider. He rides it all the time. Yeah, I mean, he'll be the one to beat probably 100%. Him, Villapoto, Zach, Brad. Like I said, it ain't gonna be no easy race this weekend, and it's not just gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be every show who the fastest is. It's gonna be a good race, so you don't want to miss it. Might not be Eli Tomac or Jason Anderson, but it's gonna be a good race on these bikes for sure.
Yeah, it should be cool. Before we go, Mike, I was just going to ask you about what you think of all the electric bikes. Obviously, they're all coming in now and stuff. I've seen Tortelli on the start bike and things like that. Have you got to have a go on any of the electric bikes, Mike? What do you think of them? Have you had a go?
Yeah, I rode one a few years ago. I rode the Alta bike just around, and it was unreal fast. But for me, I don't know if it needs I would have to have a clutch for sure. That I'll be tearing the back fender off because it seems like it's hard to control when it gets up on the back wheel. You got to hit the brake, and like I rode it as an EnduroCross, and you got to have a lot of clutch control, and it's hard just to throttle the thing in the EnduroCross. And it needs, for me, it needs to have some kind of clutch feel to get the pop. But the kids these days learn how to ride the electric bike so easy. It's going to be easy for them kids just to go straight into it with no clutch, jump everything, to ride it the right way. But for me, I need a clutch. I'm a clutch guy, so it's hard for me. But they are fast. Like from just in a straight line, it's unreal fast. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it looks like these new ones that I've seen Tortelli on, and that they've quoting that they got the same power and they last as long as there's a fuel, a full tank of fuel and stuff like that. So they've obviously done a lot of technology over the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, they're there. I mean, it's just getting them on the track, letting them be on the track. I guess with the other guys is the big thing. So I think it's happening sooner than we think.
Right, I really appreciate your time, Mike. Can't wait to see the weekend. It's in my hometown as well, so it's beautiful for myself.
That's right.
I hope to get to meet you there as well. And I can't wait to see you there, buddy. And best of luck for the weekend. Ride safe and hope you have a good weekend as well.
Good, Lee. Thank you for having me on, and thank everybody for coming on, asking the questions. And if you're at the race, come by for sure. I think I got posters, and ask any questions you want to ask there.
Yep, and thank you to everyone there, Michelle, Finbar, all you guys that are there with you. Thanks for sorting you out. I really appreciate that. Much love to all you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lee. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Mike. Take it easy, buddy. See you at the weekend. Bye. What a legend. Mike Brown, proper ledge. Been after Mike for a while, maybe a year or two. I've been chasing Mike. I know he's a busy guy, so it was perfect that he's staying with the Finbar and stuff, and hopefully just got that in for the weekend. Really appreciate that he did that for us. Really looking forward to seeing him race at the weekend because I haven't been to any of the Vets Farleys over the years or anything. I haven't been to any of them, so I haven't seen Mike race since that Foxhill GP. What was that, 2000? I think Dobby won it in the wet, I believe. Mike just sort of mentioned that he come off. I think he was there trying to win. He was mixing it with Dob and Nunny, I think it was. I think it was 2000 or 2001. So that would have been the last time I've seen Mike race live myself as well at Foxhill that day. So as you can imagine, massively buzzing, hometown on the doorstep. Definitely looking forward to seeing Mike in action live. So very cool. I've obviously seen all the pictures and all the coverage from the Farley races over the years. So I'm definitely looking. Yeah, I know. Ian said that he's slightly excited as well. Thanks, Rick. Hope you're good, buddy. Thanks, Stefan, for coming on, mate. I hope you're good. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys out there this weekend. I'll be like the Barney Kennett of Speedway at Motocross at the Cardiff GP. I'll be hopefully get plenty of cheeky selfies out there with there's going to be a lot of legends up there. Hoping to meet a few of the guys I've done some interviews with. I did a live interview with Zach Osborne, so hopefully get to meet him, get a quick cheeky pic, maybe even a chat on the phone, even maybe live, you never know. Same with Ricky Johnson. I think RJ's up there. That was a legendary live interview. Couldn't believe I got to do one with him as well. So hopefully get to meet some of these guys that I've spoken to. Hopefully they remember the interview. It's not been too bad so far. All the people I've met have generally recognised my ugly mug. So hopefully they don't do that. Who the hell is that guy? Thanks, Simon. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Yep, see you there, Dan. Hope you're good, buddy. Thank you, Jamie, mate. Brilliant to see Mike Brown. Great to get him on. Like I said, I've been trying to get hold of Mike for a while, so very pleased to get him on and have a good hour and a half chat with him. That was beautiful. I knew he had something to do at 8:45, I think he said it was. So I was keeping an eye on the time there as well. Don't want to take the mick. And when you agree these things with people, try to keep it as to suit them guys, because it's just a pleasure for us to get them on, and we have to appreciate their time. They're very busy, got families, etc. No problem, Andrew. Pleasure's all mine. Yes, see you at the weekend, Scott. Hi, Mark. Hope you're good. Good to see you at Cullum as well, by the way. When I come and hang out with the Ultimate Wheels Honda team, that was cool. That is actually the last time I've been to Motocross as well, Mark. Was 2 weeks after my event at that AMCA on that Saturday. That's the last time I've been. So I haven't been to Motocross since April. So I need to get my ass back out there. Martin's giving it the Team GB, as we've already seen tonight as well. We had the man on, Brad Anderson, come on, look, asking Mike who's the main rivals were. I think that might have been a slight hint. I think that might have been, I think if there was emojis there, probably be the Union Jack, probably. But it'd be good to see Brad there. Going to try and get Brad on as well for an interview as well. Definitely want to get Brad on. Another great character, great rider, won multiple British championships, and obviously we know he won the European EMX over the last few years as well, so it'd be cool to get Brad on as well. Can you get him back on? I've just missed it. That's okay, whoever that is, no problem. This will be recorded to my YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe on there, Motocross and Spear Members YouTube channel, so you can watch this back in your own time in full, so no problem at all. I will share that out quickly, not long, by about 9 o'clock I'll have shared it out, the link for it, so you can catch up with that, no problem, whoever that is. Yeah, I know. How weird is that, Mark? Bit weird. Went to the Cardiff Speedway GP. Well, that's already been a week or two already, isn't it? And that was only the only second time I've been there. I don't get out enough, Mark. I'm not camping, mate, because obviously I'm only just down the road, so I'm coming home. Plus, I got Poppy at the weekend as well, and my mum's having her a little bit for me and stuff like that. And I'm going up tomorrow, and it's a bit of a nightmare because my car's in the garage. It's been in the garage for over a week, so my mum's dropping me off there tomorrow, bless her. So there might be a few queues there tomorrow, so it might be a good thing being dropped off near as I can. And look like, if you see a sketchy looking hitchhiker type that looks like he's been dragged for a hedge, it could be me. I'll have my little backpack on with a couple of little battery packs in it, you know, like you do. But you might see me if you're in the queue, if you're in a big queue trying to get in on tomorrow lunchtime, you might see me walk past you. So give me the toot of the horn. I'm not sure who took the picture. You took the picture of the Fox and Hounds. I'm not sure that. Oh, that's is that some of Adam's Winslet's friends? I can't remember. I remember meeting you guys. Took pictures of you guys, yeah, at the Fox and Hounds that day. That was cool, wasn't it? Some good friends of Adam's. They were nice to speak to as well. Thanks very much, Dean. It was cool to get him on. Such a friendship, then I won't be buying you a beer. I'll hold on for that, Ian. Do you know what I mean? I might wait for that. If it's a drink from you, I think I might hold on for that. Someone was offering to buy me a drink at 5 past midday tomorrow when it's open, and I thought, well, I won't be doing that because I don't want to be going home at 1 p.m. So anyway, I'm a bit of a lightweight, so I'd be a shandy man anyway. I'd just have a like cheeky shandy, but Diet Coke and ice would do me because I'm a little fairy. Oh, I have a massive air horn compressor and any boy, come on. You can't manage to bring it, definitely valley. Oh, yes. I see my good buddy Adam Winslet was on tonight. I've seen him post up earlier saying he's got this massive like air horn thing or whatever. Damn, I didn't even think about getting an air horn as well. I wonder if they're selling air horns there. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Dave. Not sure if they got air horns out there. Hello. Safe Swansea MX. Here's the man, Craig Hart. How you doing, buddy? That's it. Cheers, Phil. Hope you're good, buddy. Maybe we'll get up at the Fox and Hounds again sometime. Hopefully Adam can sort it out. And wow, that year, look, I only literally photographed you guys, and I did the British GP. That was all I did that year. So yeah, it was cool. Got some good pictures, didn't we? I think Adam liked his pictures as well. It was good. We got some good berm bashing going on, and got you guys wheeling up the hill and all that, didn't we? Got some good pictures. Yeah, I was chuffed for that. Yeah, we'll have to do that again. That'd be cool. So yeah, so hopefully see a lot of you there over the weekend. Come and say hello. Love a selfie and all that, you know, keep up with the kids. Ching. Can't miss. Look, I've even got a sticker on the back. Look. If you want a sticker, I've got some stickers in my bag as well. So if you want to hook a sticker up. No, I don't think so. By the sounds of that, Mark, sounds like you need to transport that in. Sounds mental. It's like one of them. Is it like one of them massive ones on one of them trucks? You know, giving it the one of them ones. Give it one of them. But yeah, how cool will that be? By the way, at the weekend, I didn't even think about air horns. Damn, thought about that too late, didn't I? Because there were some, the old blow ones, but they sounded quite loud as well at the Cardiff GP, and I was thinking about getting one there, but I didn't bother in the end because I didn't want to carry it around. But I could do with my little rucksack on this weekend. Yeah, like a cruise. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, like a cruise ship as well, yeah. As they're coming in, giving it the big, one of them massive ones that, you know, makes everyone fall over. But thanks, everyone coming on. I will look forward to seeing you all the weekend then. So it's from midday tomorrow. You can get in at midday tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I think that's correct. And then it's Friday as well. Ooh, I've got the pictures on here somewhere. You can still get tickets from the gate, I believe, as well. So any of you guys haven't got tickets on your email, you can still get them on the weekend. I'm just looking at my pictures of it now. So Thursday, it's open at noon. They close it at 8 p.m. for, I guess, for the people that are camping and keep it all secure, security. Friday, it's open at 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Saturday, it's open at 7:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. And Sunday, it's open from 7 a.m. And then they obviously, from 1 p.m., open it up for people going home and all that sort of stuff. See you Friday, Leo. We'll be helping my mucker out on the Kenny clothing stand. Okay, is that Lee? Is it Butler? Is that right, Martin? I'll come and see you boys then. Only if there's a hat in it. We have a selfie with a hat. Can Lee hook us up with a hat? Need to get some new hats, Martin. Don't mind advertising them. Yeah, it sounds good. That sounds good. I'll have to, hopefully I see you there. Well, don't sound like I'll miss you anyway, does it? I'll have to come and have a go on that. Sounds interesting. Yeah, cool, mate. I'll see you there then, Martin. Might get the old camel bib on. What do you reckon? Oh, maybe not. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try and get some merchandise going with Motocross and Spear Memories stuff and all that. So yeah, I think it'll probably, you know, it'd be like t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, that type of thing, caps, that type of thing. I'm hoping to sort that out soon. I've been saying that for ages. So I need to sort out. I need to be able to find someone, get a contact from somewhere that I can hook up with, and then it could be ordered online type of thing, and then they sort of take the orders, maybe something like that. So hopefully someone out there will have a contact that they can hook me up with. Hint, hint. Don't know if anyone's got a contact out there, but let me know. Oh, hello, brother. My poor old brother, he's had COVID again for the second time and not been too well. How are you going now, buddy? How are you now? I'll give you a bow after this. Not been able to hardly swallow and eat and drink, so he's had a bit of a nightmare. And if it takes him down, it must be bad, because nothing really affects him, nothing really stops him. So, oh well, other than going upside down at Cullum in the reunion, that might stop him a little bit as well. When he had his 30-year comeback to ride our second reunion at Cullum in April, bless him. Especially when he was on the 4-stroke as well, and he'd crashed and then couldn't restart it. I was giving him a bit of stick on the old commentary, but I didn't even realise he'd crashed, so I wouldn't have given him the stick if I'd have known. But I just saw him sat on the corner trying to start the bike, and I bet he doesn't know anything about the decompression lever or anything, bless him. And another day, if it wouldn't have been my reunion, I'd have been with him the whole time, but yeah. It was a bit of a nightmare, really, wasn't it? I could ideally would have been with him, helping him out. Shouldn't have really been telling him the way he's on the start, though. He should have been doing that himself. Yeah, definitely. Dad liked to crash, but he does tell me that all the riders had him off at Speedway. It wasn't his fault. There you go. It wasn't his fault. He told me that loads of people always had him off. It was normally everyone having him in the fence. And the fences back in them days, as we know, might as well have been barbed wire. They were horrendous. The old lamppost, dodgy fencing and all that they had. There was people would lose lives on a regular basis back in them days. It was bloody scary. So yeah, crazy, bit scary back then. But yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Foxhill. The vets, MX Donations there, unbelievable. What a great job these guys have done. Doc Wobb, Dave King and all that to put this massive event on this weekend. Without doubt, it's going to be one of the biggest events. Well, it is the biggest event this year. It's going to be amazing. Obviously buzzing for it. Everyone knows how much I talk about Foxhill, my hometown and everything in Swindon. So very cool for me to be able to go there as well. Much appreciated for Dave for sorting me out, and Paul Cook and them guys that run the Foxhill track. They've done an amazing job. You might have seen a live I did up there maybe a month or two ago, and they had a lot of work to do. There was like all the tracks everywhere. Of course, we had all the rain, and then we had all that hot weather, and everything just went poof, didn't it? Like all the hedges and grass, and they've done so much work up there, unbelievable. And they've brought a lot of things back that we never thought I'd see again as well, which is very, very cool. Like lots of parts of the track, the old original Foxhill at the side, where they've had a bit of a bum hole recently. They go all the way up the side of that hill now, cut all those massive trees away and come back down that hill now, brought all the old hills back in. So Billy Mackenzie can't call it just Fox anymore, like he said after the British Championship, I think earlier in the year. Just after my meeting, I think he said we'll have to call it Fox because there weren't as many hills anymore. So we won't be able to call it Foxhill. That was quite funny. That was quite good banner, I suppose, from Billy. But all right, I didn't like him mugging off Foxhill, though, of course. I'll have to tell him to sod off back up to Scotland. No, just kidding. But yeah, like I said, now it's the proper Foxhill. It's literally looking like it was in the 90s in the GP in the heyday. It looks absolutely beautiful. And see those guys have been working hard. They've got like 3 different water reservoirs and all that all ready for water in. And I know they've got the sprinkler system now all around the track. So it's going to be absolutely pucker. Done an incredible job. I don't think I'm, well, my brother's a brilliant digger driver, but I didn't think I was too bad. But some of the stuff I saw Paul Cook doing in the old big digger going up the old Foxhill and getting like 3/4 way up that steepest thing and doing a few bits was a bit sketchy. Not sure I fancied that. I'd give it a go, but I don't know if I'd fancy it. The track was rough at Cullum. Yeah, it was. It was very rough at Cullum, but the old sand roughens up big time, doesn't it? Where I think Foxhill this weekend, I think depending on how much they water it or how much they have to water it, I'm sure you'll get it plenty of rutting up in the corners, but I don't think it'll get too rough. I think it'll be good for the riders in that way. It won't be too rough in general, hopefully. I think it'll work out lines and all that, but like I said, it won't get anywhere near as rough as the sand tracks or some of the tracks. I don't think it'll get, like, say for instance, I don't think it'll get nowhere near as rough as like Farley would or whatever when it's like whoops all up the straights and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of bikes and stuff, but I mean, I think the hard ground of the Foxhill and stuff, I think it'd be ideal if it won't get so rough. I'm going to message Mike in the moment. Thank him for that. Yeah, so it should be really cool. Like I said, I think you can, for any of those, you can't do them online now, I don't think, for the weekend, but you can pay on the gate apparently. So yeah, I believe it's open Thursday, like I said, from tomorrow from midday, but the racing's Saturday and Sunday. I think the Briggs brothers are going to be up there with their all their amazing bikes as well. I know that, and there's going to be a lot of amazing bikes on show over the weekend from tomorrow and stuff like that. So looking forward to seeing them. You'll probably see me going, you know, ka-ching, ka-chow, ka-ching, ka-chow, ka-ching, ka-chow all the time. Hence, I'll have a couple of battery packs in the back, like Dora the Explorer with a rucksack on. So I'll be there with a couple of batteries, maybe do a couple of live videos here and there. I've got like a little microphone thing. I actually got it after the I've never even, well, I used it once with Tim Geyser in his own truck, which was got a bit of a sweat on for that one, I must admit. I was, you know, I'll be with you in a minute, Tim. But I used it for the first time, so I was literally bricking it. I had a little microphone thing. You just pinch it on there for your phone. So maybe I could try and grab a word with a few riders over the weekend to be cool. So we'll see about that. And maybe do a couple of live videos and talk to a couple of guys. Oh yeah, as well, Dave Thorpe's going to have his No Regrets, I believe, his book that he's just bought out. It's all out now. I think a lot of the guys that have ordered it online has turned up. I know Dave's going to be there over the weekend with his new book, signing it for people. So that's really cool as well. The 3 times world champion, British as well. So any of you guys, especially you local people that didn't know, and that's going to be on this weekend. Dave's going to be signing his book up there personally as well. So that's pretty cool. That book's been a long time coming as well, that people have been waiting for, so you can check that out. I think there's a few guys. I think Rob Andrews is going to be up there with his book as well, which I've got, which I need to read. I believe he's going to be up there as well with his book. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things going on over the weekend. There's live music all weekend as well. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, I believe. Hope I got that right. But yeah, there's a lot going on like that, so it's going to be an amazing weekend. So hopefully see you all there soon, as the old man would say. I always leave with his quote he used to tell me. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. I always have to double think that. Get it the wrong way around. But thanks for everyone to come on tonight. Awesome to speak to Mike Brown. What a legend he is. Had the pleasure to watch him a few times live, and when he was over in the British Championships at Foxhill and the GPs last time I saw him live, because I haven't been to any of the Farley vets or anything over the years that he's been riding for the last sort of 5 years odd or whatever Mike's been up there. So buzzing to get to see him and all those guys. Filippoto, love to do an interview with him one day. Hopefully I might be able to tap him up at the weekend maybe. But yeah, good to meet Zach Osborne. I did one with. He's a multi-AMA outdoor and indoors, Supercross and outdoors. Get to read RJ Ricky Johnson as well. Would be really cool. So yeah, should be on selfie alert all weekend. Let's come and get a selfie. Come and get a selfie with this ugly mug anytime. See you all there. Hope to speak to you all soon. Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.